Almost done. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Today, gonna talk about the pressure to have opinions about everything. I have with me today Jefferson and Julie to talk about this topic. Julie, please introduce yourself for us.
Hello, guys. My name is Julie Mara, but everyone calls me Julie. I am 46 years old, married, and I have a daughter named Victoria. I'm from Rio Grande do Sul, lived in São Paulo for 17 years, and currently live in Portugal. I like reading, study, and learn new things. I started studying English because I am looking for better jobs opportunities. In my free time, I enjoy watching movies and series and discover new places.
Very good,
That's it.
very good. Thank you. Jeff, please.
So nice. I can't live there. I hope one day I will live in Europe. It's my dream. But I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás, the best and most beautiful city of the world
Good is
because I
like
live with
Europe.
my family and my friends. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. Free time, what I do, I like to play soccer with my friends. It's the best team of Brazil called Sucatão, guys like me, 38 up. And what else? I like to play canastra, to read books. I'm very fan of read books. And I love to walk and go to the gym. And today I did Pilates right now.
Very good. Very good. And Jeff, living in Guyana is almost the same to live in Europe. So very beautiful, beautiful city. So the
Yeah,
traffic is so good.
I know part of Europe. I know Portugal, Spain, French, German, uh, Holland or New Holland, New Netherlands. I know some countries from Europe.
And guys, about me, my name is Epaminondas Sá. I live in Brasilia, close to the Jeff here. Um, 2 or 3 hours. Um, Let me see what more. I work as a personal training. Normally, I like to go out in my free time to walk a little bit in the park, ride a bike, eat something um, on the street, like açaí. So it's good to drink coffee, pão de queijo. It's the best food for me.
Awesome.
Let me see one more. I like to read. I have to read more, by the way. And yeah, I think that's all for today. Uh, and guys, as I said before, today we're gonna talk about the pressure to have opinions about everything. Jeff, I'll start from you because as a professor and economist, so I think a lot of people that have opinions about topics related to economy and say a lot of things. But do you feel that, the number one, do you think people today feel pressure to have opinions about everything? And why? Let me know, Jeff. What do you think about?
I think the answer is yes, really, because there is a culture expectations for you and everybody to be informed all the time about everything. You must know thousands and thousands of news to interpret, to talk about this. I was reading something about this. The Brazilian guys used to use at least 400 times TikTok. I think one of the I think is one of
The worst.
the worst in the uses in the world today. I think it's the Brazilian guy. That means that he'll be informed, but wow, just small talks, small notice, and so on. And that means that you need to be instantly responsive. You need to have answer or answers for everything. But in my case, when I have something that I don't know or something that I don't like to discuss, to talk about, I put me in silence. And sometimes this is interpreted as ignorance or indifference.
It's a good way, I think. So I will add something after, but let me know what Julie think. Julie, about the number one. Let me know.
Yes, I think people feel pressure to have opinions about everything because society values visibility and the constant expression.
Yeah. And it's interesting because normally, as I said, I work as a personal trainer and nutritionist, and normally in the social media, there's a lot of tips about food, how to eat, how to do some exercise, and things like that. And sometimes I I have the same behavior like you, Jeff. Normally, other people are talk to me about exercise and I think, oh, I don't know too much about that, and because it's not good to talk because normally a lot of people has believe in fake news, you know? So I think that's the best thing to do. Believe in fake news, and it's not good to talk because I will not change the mind of other person. Normally the other person are not interested to have the mind changed, and it's not good. Oh, sometimes I prefer to put myself in silence, like you said, or don't talk about, change the topic because I feel that a lot of people have opinions about topics that they doesn't know deeply, just as like you said on TikTok and some topics in the social media, and talk about that as like a specialist. So it's crazy, it's crazy, and sometimes make me feel bad because of that. I prefer don't talk about. So oh, I don't know about that. So and I change the topic. It's better for me. But nowadays I feel that a lot of people has this pressure to have opinions about everything. And guys, the number two is, how do you feel when someone asks your opinion about something you don't know? Well, for me, okay. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. So I don't have ability to answer this question. For me, it's not a problem. And for you, Julie, the number two.
I feel a little uncomfortable because I don't want to give and give an uninformed opinion.
Yeah, fortunately, I don't feel like that. For me, it's not a problem. When I don't know, I just say, I don't know. I don't know. So, sorry, but I can't help you about this topic because I don't know about. And for me, it's okay. It's totally okay. Totally fine. And you, Jeff?
I remember the book, Don't Know, Fuck You, Man. There is a very good book. The name is Fuck You. It's very interesting. I have read this book a long time ago. But in my case, sometimes I'm very rude. And about this is something that I really don't know. And the guy used to say, you need to know, you need to answer because you're a professor. You must be a Google, you must be a Oracle, you must be to know everything. I used to say, no, I need more information. And depends of the subject. Is something that very interesting for me that can aggregate it for my knowledge, it's okay. I need to more information about that subject. But something that doesn't matter for me, why? Why? No, I don't like, okay, as you said. I only say, don't know, don't know. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, as a professor, I think that's this pressure exists because that's like me. So the technical topics, a lot of people want to have an answer, and sometimes I don't know. When I don't know, I think it's good to say I don't know. Because some people create some answers and it's easier to I don't know, sorry, I don't know. I will search for that and maybe I can help you after, but nowadays I don't know about this topic. I don't see it's better, but there's this kind of pressure because yeah, you are a teacher, a professor, a nutritionist, you have to know that no, I'm not perfect person, so
Yeah.
but I
I
can
just
search
to add
for.
something, and in my case, in your case, I don't know, Julie, but we don't have to pressure to respond quickly about everything.
Exactly, exactly. Oh yeah, I don't remember now, but I know a book. I will search for the information and I will give you after. Good. So it's good to say. I think, but I think the honest is good. You know, so if you don't know, I don't know, and no problem. But number three, do you think social media increase this pressure, and how? Not don't think about just us like a teacher, a professor, but in general. Do you think, Jeff, nowadays because of the social media, the people has this pressure? Because let me know what you think.
Yeah, I used to say this is not my case because I have my own algorithm. I know I need to read. I know I need to answer. I know I need to study. But I see a lot of guys losing today, and they use the platform to reward quick reaction and strong takes all the time. For example, if you put something on social media, you just think about the takes. The guy like or didn't like, is not good, I'm not good, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling so bad about this. And they used to measure everything you're doing in your life. The life is not this way for me. It's not a metric. You need to measure everything. No, I don't have the sense in my age. I'm an old guy. I don't have the sense of urgency to comment everything. I don't have the sense of urgency, especially my age. Maybe like you, Mike, Julie, too young. Maybe you need to answer everything. It's okay. It's okay. Because if you answer, you can be more visible visible participation. You can be better for your society. You are a very smart guy. Oh, Nondas is a very smart guy. Julie, smart guy, because they answer everything so quickly.
No, no, it's not my case. Nowadays, I prefer to look at dumb because it's easier and I don't have problem. Because if you look a smart guy, you normally you have problem. A lot of people want to ask you a lot of things. I think it's I avoid to answer some topics because, as I said, I think nowadays a lot of people feel that they are expert in some topics. Nowadays, everybody are expert in politics and war and exercise, and I don't have patience about that. And it's crazy. It's crazy, especially in groups, WhatsApp groups, and people. So I I prefer to look like a dumb because I don't enter in this discussion and I feel better because of that. So it's hard. It's hard nowadays. It's hard. Julie, what do you think about the number three?
I believe social media increases this pressure because people are constantly exposed to this discussion and the trends topics.
Yeah, exactly that. And normally when we are in the social media, it's a kind of mandatory to have opinions about everything. Uh, if you want to, because nowadays every professional, it's kind of mandatory to have a profile on the social media to earn money and get clients. It's hard, and because of that, there's a kind of pressure to share content. But it's hard, as like you said, Jeff. Nowadays we have just short videos. We don't have deep content. The people I think don't study about and have opinions about everything. So for me, it's a bad thing. It's a bad side of the internet and the social media, and I totally agree. The social media for me, in my perspective, increase a lot this kind of pressure and to have opinions about everything, and it's not a good thing. I think it's not good for us as society. It's not good for our relationships. I think it's better when we don't know about some topics, be quiet. It's better for everybody. Um, guys, the number of four. It's okay to say I don't know sometimes. Why or why not, Jeff? Let me know.
It's absolutely okay. It means that in my case, I can show honesty and intellectual humility about everything that I do. As I told, if I know, I say it's okay. If I don't know, I don't. But sometimes maybe you have some kind, you may say, I don't know, but you have space for learning, for studying, something that very interesting. Maybe we have some kind about today, almost every day when I'm teaching, because I used to read, I put numbers, figures all the time, I discuss all the time about what I'm teaching. And sometimes the guys used to ask me something but very different from the contest. And I used to say, maybe this is, maybe. First, I used to say, no, I don't know. But sometimes at the end of the class, I thought about this subject. I think we have space for learning this. If you want to study with me, it's okay. Let's study together and put this question for the classroom. It's okay. I did this yesterday. And the student said, no. And I said, why? It's okay. But you asked me about something. You need to study with me. I don't have the answer, but you need to study with me. And simply told me, no. Oh, come on, guy. I think this is
Just
not to
testing you.
be, they showed not honesty or intellectual humanity about he asked me.
Yeah, just testing you, know that you know or not. And the
Uh,
normally a lot of people are not interested to learn, are interested to test other person. So, and for me, I think it's okay, totally okay, say I don't know sometimes. And when I say I don't know, I open a space in my mind to learn something. So for me, it's good. I realize that I don't know, and if it's an interest topic, I can learn. I realize that there's a new topic, interested, and I can learn. I think say I don't know in a honest behavior. It's better to say, yeah, I know a little bit about it, and so create some ideas. Because when I realize that I don't know, I can learn. When I don't know, but I say that I know and say something about, I don't create space to learn. For me, it's better to say I don't know and I don't have problem about. For me, it's totally okay, totally fine, and I prefer to say I don't know. Julie, number 4.
Number four,
Yeah,
yes, it is completely okay to say I don't know because it shows honesty and the humility.
for sure, for sure. And the next question is why the people feel uncomfortable staying silent? Um, Jeff, what do you think about number 5?
why? Because they answer a quickly question. I give an example. I have a neighbor here, and I have some flowers or some leaves and so on that fell at my I was my they are cutting my garden and fell on the other side. And the guy sent me a message with photos, pictures about this and claim about this. He told me you need to pay attention about this because it's not so good. And I answer, it's okay. But sometimes you do the same thing. And I never claim about this. And then he'd send me more three message. I didn't read it. I didn't respond. Just and he claimed for the other neighbor that I can respond here. He not feeling good about me because I used to say, and the other neighbor asked for me, why did you answer? I told because no matter about this. I just answer it's okay. I can to be continue to talking about this. I think this is not so good for me. I don't like. I don't like to judge the other people what he's doing or not doing. For me, no matter. That's why I think sometimes when you stay in silence, when you put in silence, I think is the best way. But for society, it's not so good because the society see the silence like exclusion. You are excluding the other guy. This is what happened with me. I will talk with them maybe later in a social media and social meeting something. I can talk with them about this, not about this, but about the other things. You need to take care when you send text, when send pictures or send audio for the other guy that you don't know, you really don't know, no, what the responder, the answer about this. This is a kind of story. I like to put stories here because I think everybody have this kind of thing with your neighbor and so on.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have one like that. Unfortunately. Uh, Judy, what do you think?
People often feel uncomfortable staying silent because silence can be interpreted as insecurity or lack of knowledge.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree. Especially nowadays. I think, as like Jeff said, I really appreciate to be quiet because I think I can learn more, I can observe more, and when I be quiet in silence, I don't make problem. As you said, Jeff, sometimes we talk too much, um, we get problems about. So sometimes it's not good to talk too much, and it's better to be quiet. There's a phrase, uh, who talk too much say good morning to horse. So and it's interesting to be quiet in silence because it's better, but in general some people interpreted that as like insecurity, as like Julie said, or you are not smart guy because no, for me it's better to be quiet because I can learn more. I can see in a better way my space and what the people are saying. I really appreciate to listen more and talk less. For me, it's a good thing. And if I know myself deeply, I don't have problems about what other people think about me. Oh, this guy is not smart. This guy is not. That's not a problem. So, but to be quiet in silence, it's very good. And I think we, as a Brazilian guys, as a society, I think should be more in silence and know more about the topics and talk a little bit less because it's better. It's better about we have a lot of problems to solve and concentrating our problems is a better way for us, I think. Mm. Six. Do you think people speak more to share ideas or to get attention? It's an interesting one. Uh, Julie, number six. Why do you think?
Question 6. I believe some people speaking to share ideas, while others speaking mainly to get attention or validation.
I agree. I agree. I think when you have a lot of content to share, you really study about the topic, you know a lot of questions, and you know how to talk about some specific topic. I think these people talk to share ideas because they live these ideas, they live this topic. But about the people, for example, on the social media, I think the most part of these people share ideas, share content and opinions just to get attention on social media, to get likes and comments, and to feel like, yeah, I know a lot about a lot of things and I'm good, especially about politics nowadays. So for me, a lot of people want to get attention because when you know a lot about some topics, no, normally you don't talk about because you know. So you talk when you meet other person that know a lot and you can change ideas and but in general, normally we don't share a lot of things and talk too much for everybody. For me, I have this opinion. Jeff, what do you think about?
Unfortunately, to get attention. I was talking with my wife today about this. I remember in the past when I used to go to university to talk with the professor, we have big discussions about economic and social and political problems of Brazil and the world. We have profound discussion, and today I can't see this anymore. For example, yesterday I spent half hour after my class, and I was talking with two professors, and I tried to talk about the measure from central bank and so on. And the guys only want to talk about Janja in Carnival, Lula in Carnival, about to master who stole more money or no, uh, about Toffoli and about Shandong and so on. And I said, oh my God, I don't want to talk about this. And worse, when they put some questions, for example, about to master, I have a lot of theories about master, the way they get the money, they invest, and so on. I have theory about this. It's very interesting about it's the effect Ponzi. It's a theory that explains all of this the space of master bank. But the guys they want to discuss about this. Only to see, only to say, for example, yesterday, who stole the money from central bank? The guys from Lula or the guys from Bolsonaro? I think this is not a good discussion, unfortunately. That's why, unfortunately, people today on to get attention and not to share ideas, to discuss idea, as Julie said, only to validate it or recognition about you think about that thing. But I remember the music like a shallow, né? It's a shallow thought, um pensamento muito raso, unfortunately.
Exactly, I totally agree with you. And I think it's not to share ideas because normally these people don't have ideas, don't have profound topics to discuss, just the surface. So for me, it's exactly that, exactly what you said. Um, guys, the number seven. Have you ever shared an opinion online and later changed your mind? Yeah, sometimes. For me, yes, because sometimes I share some content or some point of view online because I work online on my social media. Sometimes I share some content, and other person say a different point, and in that moment I have other perspective about the topic, and I can think, yeah, makes sense. Why
I
not?
have a
Makes
question
sense.
for you
Okay,
about
makes
this.
sense. So I can learn
Yeah,
through that. So it's totally normal for me. Go ahead.
we have a big discussion here with guys like you about a vaccine. I think it's Monjaula. I don't know the name, something like this.
Monjaro. Yeah.
Monjaula to lose weight. And what do you think about this? You have opinions about this, like the question. The people you see opinions online, And you change because you see the guys really losing weight. That's my
Now,
question for you.
for me, I have opinion about uh, this kind of medicines. So I'm totally um, agree with that. So I really like this kind of medicines, but we have a problem. It's not with the medicines, but with the people that are using this kind of medicine. For example, for me, it's very good this kind of medicine for people that really need this kind of medicine. It's better for me like bariatric surgery, you know. So for me, it's better this kind of medicine because change other point. The surgery change your stomach and this kind of thing. It's so I don't know if exists this word in English, but invasivo. So and for me changed a lot the life of the person. But this kind of medicine change your behavior and your behavior change your body. But after you not after during the process you have to change your habits, and after your habits will support this change, this new body. But for me, it's totally okay. It's totally fine. I really appreciate this kind of medicine. But the problem is a lot of people that don't need to use are using to lose weight that they don't need to lose. So that's a big problem nowadays.
To
So
be a Barbie girl.
yeah, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. But for me, it's fine. The medicine is totally fine, and in my opinion, it's good. But I have some customers that use this kind of medicine to lose 3 or 5 kilograms. Doesn't make sense. It's not for that. So it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy, but adults has your own ideas, and I just give some advice, but it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard, man.
Okay, in
Uh,
my case about opinions online, it's okay. I sometimes, for example, last Friday, I have a lot of news about the United States, the measure Trump about tariffs, about the world, how it will be, and so on. And I had some kind of opinion. And then talked with my friends, and we got new informations about these measures, and that means that I rethink my point of view. It's very common. You have something you have online, oh, it's okay, it's news, okay. Sometimes they maybe this is right, it's not correct. But most of the time, when I see some kind of opinions online, I just to think, to search for more information, to reflect more for me, to think about this. And I think most of the time I used to change my mind about that subject, change my mind.
exactly, exactly. I think it's a good thing. So if we are changing our mind or our point of view, it's a signal that we are learning more things and listen more people. I think it's good. I think it's not good to share on your point of view online, for example, and share ideas and chance every ideas. For me, that's a sign of that you are not you're not sure about what you are thinking, and it's not the you are not prepared to share this idea online, you know. So if you have some doubts about, it's not good to share. So learn more, study more, and after maybe you can share. If you are sharing a lot of content and change your mind after, it's not a good sign. Um, for me, that's the point. But it's totally okay to change your mind and but share this kind of idea and change every idea. I think it's not good. Um, Julie, what do you think?
Number 7, question 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I have changed my mind before after learning more information about a topic.
I think it's normal. Everybody do that. I think it's totally normal. And the next question. Do you think having too many opinions can cause problems? And how? Um, Jeff, let's think about that. Your own opinion. You have a lot of opinions about some point you think can cause problems or not.
Yeah, sometimes, sim, I think most of the time, especially today, because you increase polarization most of the time. If you think about this, the guy used to say you are Lula, and you think the other side, you say you are Bolsonaro. Unfortunately, we live it in a society who must to be A or B, and for me, this is not so good. I don't think this way. I don't think this way. For me, it's a big problem. And I all the time I need to take care about everything that I used to say, especially with my friends from university professor and with students. I don't like to lead to superficial thinking. I don't appreciate. And I have a big problem about this side. I don't know how to tackle, how to lead with superficial thinking. Sometimes I have a big problem, big problem.
Yeah, nowadays it's hard. Nowadays it's totally hard because if you give some opinion about something, you automatically are considered some side B or A. So it's hard. It's hard. I think normally nowadays the person want to put you in one side. If you have some opinions about some topic, yeah, you are the side B. If you have, you are. It's crazy. I totally agree with you. I think it's terrible for us as a society, for our future, and it's not good. We can't grow as a society thinking like that. So it's terrible. For me, it's terrible. Julie, what do you think about the number 8? Yeah, yeah, 8.
8.
Yeah,
And yes, having too many strong opinions can create conflicts and misunderstandings,
yeah, for
principalmente
sure.
político, área política, né?
Exatamente.
E
Exactly.
todo mundo tem uma opinião, né? É sempre os dois lados, né? Interessante.
E em Portugal, como é que é
Exatamente.
isso?
Ó, aqui tem um. Ele perdeu agora aqui o Ventura, mas ele tem um estilo assim mais voltado ao estilo Bolsonaro no Brasil, né? Então ele mais. As pessoas que votam no Bolsonaro votam nele aqui. Então, mas é a mesma coisa, é direita e esquerda, sempre aquela velha briga, né? Entre os dois lados.
Right and left.
Yeah, yeah,
E é
it's not good.
tanta energia negativa, assim, que às vezes a gente absorve. Eu falei assim, o Instagram tinha que ter algo, um botão de você desver, que às vezes te gera uma energia tão ruim, né, que você nem precisa pegar esse tipo de coisa que a internet tem.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for us. And as like you are saying here, I think it's not good for society. It's not good for us, this kind of polarization and A and B. And we
A
don't
política
have
está muito
spot to.
agressiva, né? As pessoas não estão se
Yeah.
respeitando mais. Está muito
Yeah,
agressiva.
it's not good. And guys, I will skip one question. Jeff,
Yeah.
it's kind of obvious question, but I will ask for you. Number 11. You think it's better to think deeply before giving an opinion, and why?
I think depend of the context. If you are in a meeting with friends, drinking beer and so on, why you must to think deeply? No, only think about a lot of nonsense, sometimes insane and so on. And sometimes I use this strategy. But if you go to a university, if you go to a meeting, to a conference, you need to think better before you say something. You are giving your opinion. In my case, as a professor, I do this all the time, all the time. When I'm teaching, I think to think deeply before giving opinion or answers something that I'm talking about. You need to take care today. But if you go to a resenha after a soccer, no problem. You talk a lot about bullshit. No problem.
And sometimes it's good for our mind to to have fun. So just talk and don't have problem with that. Talk a lot of bullshit, a lot of topics in the surface. So I think it's good sometimes. It's good for us, for our mind. Uh, Julie, what do you think about the number 11? Do you think it's better
11.
to think deeply, yeah, before giving an opinion, and why? Number 11.
Yes, thinking deeply before giving an opinion help us respond more thoughtfully and responsibly.
Yeah, I think as like Jeff said, sometimes it's important to think deeply before giving an opinion on social media, for example, sometimes. And if you sometimes on social media, if you think deeply, you don't give an opinion because it's better, as like you said. Sometimes we get some bad energy and it's not good for us, so it doesn't make sense. You waste your time and enter in some problem. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes it's better think deeply, because if you think deeply, you don't talk. It's better don't talk. For me, normally when I sometimes I was, for example, I'm on the internet scrolling and I see some points that one guy, one person, one profile teaching how to do some exercise. And I know that it's not correct. But I don't talk because if I enter in this point, I will feel bad and so sometimes, oh, okay, no problem. I click and I I signalize to the Instagram. I don't want to see content like that. And go.
Wow.
My life is better because of that. Because if I enter in every problem, I don't live anymore. Just waste my time. So it's not good. Guys, the last one, 12. What advice would you give to someone who feel pressure to comment on everything? Julie, I'll start from you. The last question, 12.
É 11, né?
Yeah,
No 12.
12.
Qual?
12.
A do...
12.
É,
Yeah.
12, 11 já foi,
Yeah.
né? Mm, I, I, I would advise them to speak in only when they feel informed and confident, and to remember that silence is sometimes powerful.
Yeah, totally. I think always powerful. Silence is so good. It's so good to use. Jeff, let me
I think
know.
it depends of the situation. For example, with my students, I used to say you must focus on topics where you can add real value. If you add in value, it's okay. It's so nice, something new, something that's good for us to have a big discussion, for you improve your knowledge, for you think about your professional life. It's okay.
And
But
about BBB,
what is BBB? Ah,
the
barbecue?
reality show, the reality show, BBB.
No, I don't appreciate that Deutschland. I never saw BBB. I like BBB, but barbecue.
Barbecue and beer.
And beer.
Yeah, yeah.
So nice. You're kidding with me. No
Because
worries.
I know that you don't watch this kind of things. But normally the people, as you said, sometimes we have to put our energy in things that will increase our abilities and we can learn through these topics. Sometimes we lose a lot of time, waste a lot of time with some things that don't need to do. It's like I said, sometimes I will enter in some discussion about things that doesn't make sense for me. It's not, I don't need to waste my time doing that. So, but about BBB, it's good. It's good to
And do
discuss.
you are you fan of BBB? Do you appreciate?
No,
Do
no,
you watch
no.
all the episodes? I don't know if it's episode. I don't
No, fortunately, I don't know. I don't know about. I don't watch. I don't have nothing
know.
against that, but for me, I don't like. I don't watch. I prefer to use my time in better things. So, yeah, good. Guys, thank you so much. We are finishing our meeting. Thank you, Julie. Return more times.
Thank you. Passou rápido a aula aí?
Yeah, yeah. 11. Passou rápido, passou rápido. Guys, thank you so much. See you. Have a great day. And bye bye.
Bye bye.
Take care and
See
thank you for
you.
having me again, an old guy.
Take care. Bye.